It's all right, they won't shoot you now. Got them under control.
Thank goodness.
Come on through.
G'day everybody, Dave here, and welcome to the next episode of Discover Wangaratta. Today we're in Glenrowan, and we're here to discover and explore the rich history this area has to offer. Our first stop is the Ned Kelly Discovery Hub, the perfect place to begin your journey in Glenrowan. Here you'll uncover the story of the Kelly gang and the events that shape this historic town. After exploring inside, head upstairs to the platform for stunning 360-degree views of the surrounding landscape. It's a great way to imagine where Ned once stood and plan your next stop in town. For me, that next stop is the iconic Kellyland. We've arrived at Kellyland in the main street of Glenrowan, and with me I have Jesse, who's going to show us around today. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thank you. How's yourself? Ready for a bit of Kelly culture, a little bit of terror?
Absolutely. Show us the way, mate.
Come on through. So this is the museum section here at Kellyland, and we've actually got quite a number of original artefacts on display. This is Sergeant Kennedy's hitching post, and he was actually the most senior officer killed by the Kelly gang up at Stringybark Creek. And the community put money together to have a hitching post, a memorial hitching post made for each policeman who was killed by the Kelly gang up at Stringybark Creek. And this is the only one that survives.
Wow, that's amazing, mate. It's an amazing bit of history sitting here.
Oh, it's a wonderful piece of history, and yes, amazing that it's still here and on display for the public. All right, Dave, now for the highlight of Kellyland. Through the brilliance of animatronics and special effects, let's reenact Ned Kelly's last stand.
Awesome.
Come on through.
Goodness, is it safe?
It is, you can trust me.
The animatronic show begins in the waiting rooms of the old Melbourne railway station. This immersive experience takes you back to the days of Ned Kelly, with lifelike figures, original photos and posters vividly retelling the Glenrowan siege. The attention to detail draws you into Ned Kelly's final standoff. Wow, what an amazing show. Thank you, Jesse.
No worries, thank you very much for coming, and I hope you enjoyed the few frights and surprises in there. I also hope you learned a thing or two as well.
I did, thank you. Now I'm here for a little while today. Where else would you suggest I go?
Well, you can go down the road and check out the big Ned Kelly statue and get a Kodak moment there. Also head into Kate's cottage, they've got a replica of the Kelly Homestead. And you can even go for a stroll, or more of a hike, up to Mt Glenrowan and check out Mount Morgan Lookout there.
Thank you once again, Jesse.
No worries, thank you very much.
Following Jesse's advice, I grabbed a quick photo with the Ned Kelly statue before heading to Kate's cottage. This charming destination offers a unique insight into the Kelly family. Let's head inside and explore with our guide, Doug. G'day, Doug. Thanks for having us here today.
No, you're welcome, Dave.
Now, the name Kate's Cottage, how does that relate to the Kellys?
Well, that's Ned's younger sister.
And so this is a bit of an ode to Kate?
Yes.
Awesome. Now, being a museum, I hear that you have a number of artefacts in here. Is there any particular artefact that you want to talk about?
Yeah, well, there is a few, but one of my favourites would be this, the sabre down here that belonged to Stanhope O'Connor, who was in charge of the Aboriginal trackers that come down from Queensland. They were sent down to track down the Kellys.
I understand you also have a replica of the Kelly Homestead out the back.
Yes, we do. We do have a replica of the Kelly Homestead, and we also have a little bit of a blacksmith shop out the back as well, which we still use of a weekend to show the lost skills on how things were done back in the day.
Excellent. I'd love to see those.
Yeah, no worries. After you. We'll step through the back door.
The Homestead replica is an impressive representation of homes from the late 1800s. Ned and his siblings built it for their mother, and while small by today's standards, it was considered quite spacious at the time. For anyone intrigued by the Kelly story, this is a must-see. Doug and I spent ages chatting about the history, but before I left he insisted there was one last thing he needed to show me.
Okay Dave, now I'll sort of introduce you to our two cheeky cockies, Howard and Dorothy. So of course we've got Dorothy up here. Now she's turned 41, and old Howard, well he's 90 years old.
90 years old?
90 years old. These birds are known all around the world, and you can imagine what they've learned in 40 years.
I could, mate.
But yeah, they're quite cheeky, and people love them, so yeah.
All right, well thank you very much for showing us around today, Doug. The museum is definitely a must-see in Glenrowan. Thank you for your time.
Thanks very much, David. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Afterwards, I crossed the road to Mt Morgan Store, a haven for unique old wares and nostalgic charm. Here you can even dress up as Ned Kelly or in classic 1800s attire. Owner Vicki offers a delightful dress-up experience complete with props and a vintage backdrop to bring the era to life. Your photo is printed on the spot as a special keepsake. However, if being outdoors is more your style, I think our next stop might be the perfect fit. Okay, we're here at the trailhead for the hike to Mt Glenrowan Lookout. The hike starts at the car park on Tamanick Gap Road. It's also known as the Ridge Trail. The hike is about 9 kilometres and should take you 4 hours, but I reckon we can do that in 3. There's plenty of parking here. If you've driven up from Melbourne and been stuck in the car, you need to stretch your legs out. This is the way to do it. Okay, we're coming towards the end of the first part of the hike. It's been quite challenging and I'm very happy that we've been on solid ground. We're going to stay on ridge track and turn right where it then becomes dirt. I understand the walk's a little bit easier from there. So we made it, here we are, Mt Glenrowan at Morgan's Lookout. What an amazing view. Wasn't as hard as what I thought it might have been. We got here in good time, the track's nice and wide. From here I can see over the township of Glenrowan, I can see out to Mount Buffalo, the King Valley, of course down here in the Ovens Valley off to my left. It's understandable why Ned would sit up here and survey the countryside in front of him, because just down below me is the railway station. You can see who gets on and off the train, who's arriving in town, who's not. You can see all the comings and goings. It's an absolutely spectacular view. After such a wonderful hike up, we're going to head back to the car park, and I've earned myself a Shiraz from Morrisons Winery. Our final destination is Morrisons of Glenrowan, a family-run winery in the heart of Kelly country. Here, I met Anne Morrison, whose family's been crafting exceptional wines that embody the spirit of the region for over a decade. Well, hello Anne, what a lovely winery you've got here. Can you tell me a little bit about the history of Morrison Winery?
Just over 20 years ago, my parents, Bob and Diane Morrison, put in these vines, making sure that they put in vines right for this region, as in your full body Shiraz and drifts, but also putting in some different interesting varieties like Tempranillo and Primitivo.
And out of the wines that are here, what are your most popular wines?
Our Siege wine, which pays tribute to Ned Kelly, and that is a blend of Shiraz and Durif, and it's been very popular. And on the subject of the Siege wine, would you like to go up and do some tastings?
That'd be lovely. Thanks, Anne. So, Anne, what would you recommend we start with?
Well, our Siege Durif, which is Shiraz Durif, is definitely our biggest seller, partly because it's a fabulous red, but also because it's got Ned Kelly's helmet on it, because we believe he had hideouts hidden amongst the hills in our property.
Oh, that's a wonderful tasting Shiraz. That is exactly what I've been looking forward to all day. Thank you, Anne.
Well, if you enjoyed that, you'd really enjoy our premium family reserve Shiraz. It's the blend that our family has voted is our favourite out of the Shiraz. Great colour too.
Oh, that is wonderful. That is something to be proud of. So look, Anne, thank you very much for your time today. I do appreciate learning a bit about the history of the winery and sharing some of these delightful tasting wines. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me on our Glenrowan adventure. To learn more about this incredible region, go to visitwangaratta.com.au and start planning your own.